Hello once again, Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College. I've been going through a series of video presentations based on the PowerPoint slides for one of our books for the Rankin Technical College AWD Application Web Development 1000 Web Development Technologies course. The book is Murox HTML4 and CSS3 4th edition, and I'm about halfway through Chapter 7. So as we continue on, you can link to PowerPoint shows, so I could link to this presentation I'm showing you right now. Alright, here's a web page as it says with links to email, phone, and Skype. And the big one here, I think at least, is the email one. So I'm going to just grab this. Grab all of that. I'm not going to go to Skype, but I'm going to come down here. In fact, let's just go near the top. Probably is as easy as anything else here. Just paste that in. So here is a link that starts an email message. Alright, and you'll notice that it's a mail to, and you put in here the email address that you want. So I'll put in jpscott@rankin.edu. Alright, you can do it again where you have a CC address and a subject. I'm going to skip that one. A link that calls a phone number. It's kind of a neat one. So we will do that one. And like I said, we'll leave the Skype off of here. Alright, so a link that calls a phone number. 1-4-286-3675. I think that's my number. So all that old joke that I don't know my number because I never call me. Alright, well, that looks a little funky, but there's send us an email. And what you hopefully will notice once we do this is that someplace it's going to end up opening me something where I can, well, that's just really weird. Open up an app. Pick an app. See if I can figure out why that's looking the way it is. Oh, I think it's because I'm inside of that box. So let's just grab this. Oops. Try it again. Let's grab this. Let's move it outside of that box. Should look a lot nicer now. There it is. So there's send us an email. And you'll notice if you look way down here, it's hard to tell, but it'll say mail to JP Scott. So I may have to do some finagling with it, but it would come up. And this would bring up, eventually, it would bring up an app, or it would bring up something where I'd be able to give a phone call there. Alright? Okay, let's just continue on, because this is getting way too long. Alright. Here's a vertical navigation menu. Pretty ugly, but that's the way things used to be done. You'll notice there's a little box around each thing, and the one that's active is in gray. So let's see if we can make this. Right. I'm going to put this way up near the top. Alright. There's my header, San Joaquin Town Hall. I'm going to put it right underneath that. And you'll notice that it's inside of a nav tag. Nav, short for navigation. Alright, and when we build ours later, we'll start with at least an index page, an about page, and a contact page. I'll leave the members in there. That's fine. Alright, so we've got home. Change this to about. We'll change this to members, and we'll change this one to contact. Now, you'll notice this says class equal current. Well, that class equal current is what allowed us to put in the CSS, which made that go gray. Okay, so here's what they're using. So let's just grab all this stuff too. Alright. And I'm going to come in here and do I have my CSS file? There it is. So right now I've got all this. I'm going to take every bit of that. And it is now, not all of it, but it will be in just a second, commented out. Now it is. Now it's all commented out of there. Now I put the other stuff back that the author had in there. So I've got that. Let's see if it creates my menu for me. Hello. Did not. So something's missing. Well, it removed all of the CSS I had in there before, which is probably one of the reasons it looks so terrible here. But what did we have here? We had nav, IDs nav list. So it should have come in right underneath where it says San Joaquin Town Hall. And I did not see that. Should have been right here. I'm not sure why it wouldn't have. Looking for something that sticks out here that would have made this not work. Well, members. Huh, well, that's kind of surprising. Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out why. Let's put a couple line breaks in here. There they are. Okay. And I'm not sure why we don't have the boxes, etc. around there, but this is a very archaic way of creating a navigation bar. Ours will look much better than that once we get going. All right. So here's two different navigation menus. You'll notice they're both horizontal in nature. The first one has got the underlines kept in, but when you've got one that's active, it's got the text decoration set to none. The second is we've kind of made the hyperlinks look like buttons, for lack of better words. We'll look at a lot of this stuff as we go on, and they show how you can do that in here. Here's a two-tier navigation menu. So this is also referred to in here as a sub-menu. You can see how you can build that. When you do it, what you have is you've got an unordered list here, and we've got another unordered list inside of there. All right? That's pretty ugly. But there we have our main menu. Here is a sub-menu of speakers, and here is a sub-menu for Scott Sampson. So you can set up all this stuff accordingly. I'm not going to run through that right now. When we get in and start building our project, we will go through a lot of this kind of thing. All right. And finally, let's just leave it at this. Here's our guest speakers with pictures. Here's the same stuff. All right. Which looks better? You know, again, what's the old saying? 6 of one, half dozen of the other. All right. It's the one that looks better is the one that you think looks better. All right, it's the one that if you're working for somebody, it's the one that your customer thinks is better. All right, so that's it for this chapter. Probably going to be a very short lecture right now. Yeah, it's only been 10 minutes. So very quickly, when we come back, we're going to talk about using responsive design. Show you very quickly an example of that, just as a prelude, so to speak. We'll use this. I think I've shown this already, but this is a website one of my students built for a friend of mine who has his own pet sitting service. Alright, it's called leavemeathome.com. There it is. And it is a responsive site, so you'll notice that as we make it smaller, the stuff still scales, and it still looks pretty nice. And when I make it even smaller still, so you can see this, now you can see how the menu has changed. Alright, but we still have all the stuff in here, except we took the picture out of Tom. Alright, but when you look down here, we still have everything, but now the stuff is stacked one on the other. Okay, that is an example of responsive website design, which again is what we are going to cover in the next chapter. So I'll see you then.